Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Little Miss Squeak down there.
I know she's got a mouse in her throat. How's everybody? I don't need to ask you, Lois. You sound as rough as a badger's ass.
I'll take that as a compliment in some sort of way. My voice is snapped. It's not my fault.
Have you got a sore throat?
I've got a cold. My boy left me the cold.
Children leave you the nicest things, don't they?
I know.
How's your week been, Lois?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Good.
I'm back. I'm like, hey,
Good.
everyone.
How about you, Viv? How's your week been?
Awful.
Oh, you went and done the silly thing that I did, didn't you?
I went and had the COVID vaccination.
Oh, my honey.
And I suffered. But it's done now. So I'm just...
You've gone through it and you've come out the other side.
Yeah, and I've hurt my shoulder somehow. I don't know how I've done that, but I suppose my handbag was too big with all that junk I carry around in there.
Hi, Annette.
Hey, Annette.
Hi, Nettie.
Hi, Annette. Hope you're well.
Hi, Nettie.
Hope you've had a good weekend and week, Annette.
No, we got to do this properly. Ready?
Right.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Woo, Annette's in the room. Annette's in the house. Annette's in the house. Annette's in the house.
I missed my Friday Frighteners.
Yeah, we hope you're okay, Nettie.
Yeah, we do. We hope you're all good.
Oh, Christ, I forgot where I've shared.
So, Viv, your week's been a bit... Well, you sound like you've both had a bit of... Well, I've had a rough week as well with the old vaccines and stuff, but we sound like we've all been through the middle a little bit.
So what have you been doing then since we last saw you, Dan?
Well, I was laid up last week, wasn't it? Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week, wasn't it? Because I had the vac as well, so that laid me low as well. And stupidly, I had bloody both of them done together like an idiot. But
I was going to do that.
Oh, I don't blame you. You sound like you had a rough ride on one of them. To be fair, it might have just been that. It might have been the fallout from the vaccine with me rather than the actual flu jab. Oh, Annette, you got to give that up. Working up.
That one the holiday. I'll see you all right.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hope you're okay, Jeremy, and doing well.
Yes. Hope things are going well in your side of the fence, my friend.
And how's the hair? Is it growing back? Is it itching? How are you getting on with it? Do you wear a hat? He had a lovely head of hair, Jeremy did.
He did have a good head of hair.
I was jealous of it because his looks really, really
excellent.
Straightened. I straightened mine and then walk away 2 minutes later and it looks like I haven't done my hair.
Yeah. I used to fancy Jeremy York when he had his long hair, but now he's shaved it all off. I don't.
You loved it when he had the eye patch, didn't you? Those looked like Dr. Hook.
Yeah.
Remember Dr. Hook?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Really good news. Good stuff.
All joking aside, Jeremy.
Hi, Kelly.
Things are going well.
Hope you're doing well. Thank you for sharing that out, Jeremy. It's very kind of you, my friend. Very good. Very kind of you indeed. He's a good lad.
You're going to have your man back. He's got to grow his hair back out for you.
Yeah, he's no good without his hair. Nah, I don't want him. I'll stick with my Nick Muley.
Oh, Nick's got quite a good head of hair, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah.
I'm quite jealous of Nick's hair as well.
He's got a good head of hair, is Nick?
He's got curls, hasn't he? Like Nick, when
he has.
Yeah. Actually, I've got to give a shout out for Nick. I don't even know if Nick will even see this, but Nick went and spoke at his very first Paracon to quite a large audience, and he did really, really well. So
I'm surprised. I thought he'd have done loads of them because he's well.
I know. So, Nick, if you're listening to this, we are all proud of you, and you carry on and you go, brother. This is just the start. There's no stopping you now, boy. So,
Jeremy says, I'm Samson, no hair, no strength.
Is that
boy, when it grows back, you'll be like a lion.
Is that kind of like yours, Dan? Your hair?
Yeah, mine's yeah. Mine just grows down the sides now, like a clown. There's nothing on top, just down the sides.
You become like the baldy man.
I might, like the baldy man. Do you remember those adverts?
Nick has cut his hair a little bit. Oh no! I'll have to tell him off. No. Mind you, if it's just a little bit, it's more like a trim, isn't it? So it'll be all right. Kelly's laughing at us. So we were going to talk about the James Webb
Telescope.
Telescopy. So Dan, you can start this off. This is your.
I wouldn't say it's my. I'll enjoy watching it. I've subscribed to watching a lot of it, but I haven't watched it for a while. But it's one of those. The predecessor was the Hubble, and so this is taken up the reins, as it were, from that. And I think it was launched Christmas Day 2021, and it's meant to look back through time and through because obviously when you're looking at the stars, you're looking at time, you're looking at billions of years, and they're hoping it's going to look back billions of years and give them information as to what went on out there with the Big Bang. And although that's been brought into or discredited by some people now, some people even say now the Big Bang wasn't a thing. So these things are always changing. They hope that this telescope will send information back. It will get information, correlate it, and then send it back, and it will give us an insight into what really was going on out there. But yes, it's meant to be. It's going to be up there now for decades and decades and decades. And obviously, the further out it travels, the more information we're going to get back. So I think it's an exciting thing. I've seen some of the pictures and stuff that it sent back, and I've watched some of the live stuff from it, and it's amazing. Absolutely beautiful.
one picture. If I can find it, what I was reading.
They have, Jeremy. Been amazing.
In the chat. So all I found out about this was on September the 21st, 2022, the James Webb Space Telescope delivered the closest view of Neptune's rings in more than 30 years. In 30 years. That's just amazing.
It's astounding.
Webb's near-infrared camera, or NIRCam, as they call it, captured several bright, narrow rings, as well as the planet's fainter dust rings. So can you imagine they're using infrared up there?
But you know what? The thing about the infrared technology on that as well is I'm not sure the way it works around. It has to be hotter on one side and cooler on the other for it to work properly. So the technology that's gone into that is just mind-blowing.
Amazing. Yeah, so it says captured several bright narrow rings as well as the planet's fainter dust bands. Voyager 2 was the last to detect some of these rings during its flyby in 1989. Wow. So Voyager 2 just did a flyby and wasn't really looking, but happened to see them. But this is the first time we have an infrared image of them. And I did I'm trying to get it on my camera here so you can see if the camera settles.
Look at that.
Can you see that, guys?
Look at that. It's magic, isn't it?
Let me just zoom in a little bit more so you can see the rings. Oh God, I'm no good at technology. I'll have to bring it over a bit. Can you see that okay?
That is magic, isn't it?
I love it.
That's just astounding, isn't it?
And we thought that only
beautiful.
Was it Saturn? We thought, is it Saturn? No, Jupiter had rings. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
Neptune's got rings as well. So this is just mind-boggling.
It's mind-blowing. It's breathtaking, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, you can't even begin to think of what's going on out there, and because it'd send you mad, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Jeremy says you'd think that with the kind of pictures they've been able to take, perhaps they could get pictures of civilizations on other planets in our own galaxy. Yeah.
It's interesting to see.
Maybe they have.
Hi,
Vaughn.
Yeah, it's the glow. Yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
So I think, Dan, this is just me, who knows nothing about this sort of thing. I think it's only a matter of time before we detect or we find a planet, and that camera may or may not show human life. When I say human life, I mean like a life form.
Just life forms, yeah.
Not amoebas, not little plants, and
like living,
like a living,
yeah.
intelligent thing, whether it's an animal or humanoid or whatever.
How cool would that be?
We're going to find something.
Do you know, I would love it to honestly pick up like an alien force life, so that we can prove what an alien looks like, because you always imagine a wee face like that with two big googly eyes in the middle, but it could turn out that could be just like one of us.
Do you know what? I'd laugh my socks off if this alien form looks like a gigantic snail with its house on its back and just slithers along. And then everyone that says that they see these greys or they see that, and it's not. It's actually a giant snail or something like that. You know,
it could be anything, couldn't it? I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It could be literally anything. And it doesn't matter about the animal. Way, Chantal in the house. Chantal in the house. Woo, woo. Chantal in the house. Woo, woo.
I'll let the voice for me because I'm trying and my voice is just going.
But that's what I was saying. It doesn't matter about the, about the environment that it lives in, because anything can adapt to an environment, can't it? Any life form can adapt to an environment. Because we can't exist on other planets doesn't mean that other life forms can't. It's all about evolution, isn't it? And adaptation.
Yeah, Jeremy's talking about, or even non-natural structures. Well, just recently we have been talking, well, not me, have been on the Dark Mirror show, and they've been talking about structures, underground structures that were found on the moon. Now, this went up on websites with photographs, and then as soon as they went up, it was very quickly taken down. Yeah. So there is something going on in the moon that they don't want us to know about. Whether it's alien structures, well, they were saying that they were non-human built, weren't they?
Some of the first astronauts said that, didn't they? It does make you think. I mean, say what you like about him, and I'm going to be a bit topical here and say what you like about him. But when you look at David Icke, everybody ridiculed him. But a lot of the stuff, I mean, he said years and years and years and years before anybody even brought it out, he said that the moon was a satellite and it was utilised by alien beings. And he also said that it was the dark side of the moon that they were working from. It's very odd, isn't it, that now a lot of that seems to be following suit. It just, obviously, we're kept in the dark, aren't we?
Yeah.
As far as governments are concerned. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
I know that what they're saying is that by using this piece of technology, it'll be able to look at across the many fields, astro knowledge and cosmology, such as observation of the first stars, the formation of the first galaxies, and detailed about atmospheres, and possibly who lives in the planets.
Well, I know that the moon, Jeremy was talking about the underground structures. There was a photo that Mark had, didn't he? Mark Manley and Wayne Seaton from the Boys in the Dark Mirror show. Good show, guys, if you ever get a chance, go over there and listen to them. And they had a photo that they were showing, and you could see that it was like it looked like a doorway that was going from the surface of the moon, and it was a structure that was almost like like a bunker that went down, and there was darkness, the way that the shadows fell as well.
Yeah,
see that it looked like a door. I'm not there, so I can't say it was or not, but it looked like a doorway. It did look like a doorway.
Because he said to us that if he finds anything else out, he's going to start screenshotting and grabbing and saving before they have a chance to take them down. But yeah, they actually found structures built on the moon that obviously weren't part of the natural landscapes, and our governments. I say our governments. We don't know which government, but yeah, as soon as it goes up, off.
I can't think which astronaut it was. It was one of them was on the moon, and they said that, look, we can see what they reported back to NASA. We can see what they thought were aliens on the other side of the moon doing stuff, and they said just keep your back to them, ignore them, Just ignore them and keep your back to them. And that was NASA's
was that Aldrin?
information.
I wonder if that was Buzz Aldrin, you know.
Funny thing about Buzz Aldrin, I knew a guy that met him, and he said the one thing that Buzz Aldrin said, I'll talk to you about anything, but I'm not talking to you about the effing moon.
Yeah.
Now, whether he got sick of it or whether it was a case of stop, I can't tell you.
Can't talk about it anymore.
Can't talk about it
I think
anymore.
it would have probably been a cross between two, because if somebody's probably they've got that confidentiality about obviously what he's seen and things like that. But on the other hand, if somebody's in your face constantly going, Buzz, what did you see for the moon? It's like,
but
I don't want to answer that.
To be totally honest with you, I think that third guy, what's his name, Collins, who didn't
Michael
actually
Collins.
land. He didn't actually land on the moon because he stayed above, doesn't he? He had to make sure everything was working as it should be to get them on and off.
Yeah, he was
From where he was, I reckon, thinking about it, it might have been him that saw.
Yeah, I think I remember they saying that it's on the moon, but I think it was on the surface they saw them because he said turn your back to them and ignore them, like they knew they were there. Like they knew they were there, and the government was saying, yeah, just turn your back on them, ignore them, just let them get on with what they're doing, just don't interfere with them. You know, there's so many different theories, aren't there? There's also theories about the Nazis having a station on the moon. Do you know what I mean? It's like they were saying,
really?
Start with the rockets. I mean, they were the first 4 months, and that was Operation Paperclip, wasn't it? Just after the Second World War, when they rounded up all the Nazi rocket scientists and that and took them to the United States or Britain, and then they utilised their brains and their technology and their know-how, and that's how there's space programs. We got the space programs today, or we did have. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. Where's Logan?
Well, I didn't think he's wanted to see me blowing my nose.
And she can't cuff it because she hasn't got any. She's just got a t-shirt on.
I know, so I can't do it that way.
Oh dear. Oh, let's see what Chantel says. Some astronauts said, "My God, they are huge and they are everywhere. They were watching us." Also, reports of snake-like creatures in space by astronauts on 2 occasions.
To be honest, it's not a surprise, is it? They're trying to hide. I mean, of course, there's life out there.
Oh God, aye.
You know, of course, there's life out there, and there's intelligent life as well. I wouldn't include us in the intelligent life.
Talk about yourself, Daniel Winter.
Didn't they find living organisms on Mars?
Reportedly they did.
Yeah, they discovered more water on Mars as well, haven't they, recently? There's a larger body of water on there than they thought. I think it was Mars, yeah.
Because they said that, Mars was just a dead planet. There'll never be no life on Mars and blah, blah, blah. And here we are all these years later. They found this, that and the other, and there's water. Jeremy says, I think there's footage where astronauts have caught something by their ship.
They caught it out the I don't know, for want of a better description, the portal, didn't they? They caught it out the window.
I totally agree on it. I totally agree.
I bet they probably think. I don't think they think we're crazy. I think they think we're morons.
Yeah,
they probably do. They're probably like, "Where's this intelligent life? Fuck this, we're away."
I don't believe a lot that we're told.
Yeah, exactly.
There's something bigger behind the ship. Apparently, though, Dan, I think some of the telescopes that we have here, and I'm sure that they'll do it on this James Webb thing, but they're sending out, like they're talking all the time, waiting for a response from something.
Oh, you got there's one, isn't there? The message into the ether.
Yeah, and apparently
they got a response from that, didn't they?
They got a response, and it wasn't from anything that was man-made or anything that man had put up there. But they've actually got a response.
Then they shut up about it, didn't they? Didn't say anything.
Yeah, there must be like more conversations going on that they're deciphering for, but they will never ever release it to us because we're we're not of intelligent mind, I should imagine. I don't know.
Do you know what though? I mean, I think people know now, don't they? People, you can't. I don't think you can argue with the fact that there's intelligent. Hi, Jacqueline. You can't argue with the fact there's intelligent life out there, even though you don't see it, can't taste it, can't smell it, can't touch it. I mean, it's a vast expanse, isn't it? Well, it's never ending.
Yeah. Lois, Chantel said something that they come watch us and we would go to the circus. Look at them monkeys.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you think about it, really, in reality, we investigate spirits, right? So they must feel like circus monkey. Well, that's probably what aliens does to us. They probably look at us and be like, right, talk thing.
Well, we're their soap opera.
We are.
Well, Dan will be just the stock car racing champion, because he goes out in a car and smashes it. Smashes it. You can't do that anymore, Dan.
But during it, like those. Now for people in America, you won't know this, but Chantel, you might, because you've been around Britain quite a lot, haven't you? But in the 70s, they used those adverts. Do you remember the smashed potatoes, the robots? And they used to take the Mickeys out of the humans, and they used to all sit around laughing.
I'll just say aye.
Let me find one for Lois and just show it on here, because
of course, you're a baby, aren't you?
Because Lois, otherwise, Lois has to see it.
It's very funny.
Smashed potato alien advert. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I'll do the one smash baby robot advert. Oh God. Got adverts. Typical.
These days, lots of busy mums are noticing that their favourite mashed potato rattles. This is because it contains the real potato pieces that ensure a mashed potato that tastes absolutely perfect. It's good. And we think you'll find nothing else will seem quite the same again. Smash.
Do you know that wee lass look quite like me with the hair?
There's loads of them on YouTube. I think they're so funny. Just watch them on YouTube.
They are funny. They are funny. The 1970s, aren't they? Late 70s. Well, some were early 70s, weren't they?
Yeah. But that's what we
right.
All
They
thought
eat
aliens
them
were.
with forks, knives.
So what was we going to say? Oh, we've missed something. Hang on.
Von, one of the biggest problems.
Oh, Von. They have been possibly communicating with them for years. Chantal, what I don't understand is we send rockets into space all the time, no problem, land them again, and yet the Artemis moon rocket can't get off the ground. Smells fishy to me. Always something stopping it from launching. Did it not launch? It has launched now, hasn't it?
Well, NASA have turned around, haven't they? And they've said that we can't go. People have asked them why we're not gone back to the moon again. And their answer is, yeah, we've lost the technology. We can't remember it now, so we don't know what we've done with it.
Yeah, it's a smoke screen, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? It does make me wonder. The way I'll be honest now, I'm going to go pure down a rabbit hole here, right?
Go on then.
Bear with me. The way that the governments globally have been acting with the people, it does make me wonder, have we been infiltrated by aliens already? And are they the ones that are calling the shots? Are the heads of government, are the ones that filter all the way down through the system, the ones at the top, the ones that run everything, the ones that organise everything, the ones that are turning the world arse up, are they aliens? Have they infiltrated us? And now they're turning around, and because if you look at the whole Bill Gates thing, talking about getting people off of meat and onto eating insects, and then when you look at, they talk about some of the alien races being of reptilians, it does make me wonder. And the same thing with a lot of these injections that we get. I do wonder sometimes, are they DNA changing?
Yeah, but Dan, if we didn't eat meat,
it sounds mental, doesn't it? And it
can
is.
Can you imagine the methane problem that there would be on this planet if we didn't eat meat, with all them cows farting and shitting and
Do you know,
Loaded.
absolutely, this is why I love you guys. You are the type of guys that would have a conversation at 3 o'clock in the morning at this type of shit.
I'll tell you what, right? When we've been on with the Dark Mirror boys, our feed's been cut, and so has people have been stopped from commenting. Our feed has been cut, and our speech has been cut, hasn't it?
Because the government's...
When we mentioned the government, the G word, they cut us down
Did that not
completely.
happen in a live one night? And I think it happened to you and me, Dan. Like we said, I can't mind who the third person was. And somebody said something, and it just cut the feed.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
One of the biggest problems, if we did communicate with aliens, the powers would be terrified. The whole of history would have to be changed. Religion too. I think, like religion, it doesn't matter what your religion is. It's a faith system, isn't it? It's a belief system in something that's greater than yourself. Doesn't matter what it is.
No,
you can worship your cat and think that your cat was the second coming, and so long as you believe that, that's fine. You've got a faith in something. It doesn't matter whether I agree with it, Dan or Lois or whoever. That's something for you, and it helps you in
personal,
life.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched a thing on Scientology right the other night because I couldn't sleep. So I thought, I'll watch this about Scientology, and they were talking about Hubbard and his, how it started and his beliefs and all this, what he was saying. And yes, he was a man that was a bit deranged and off the rails, and I think he got dishonorably discharged from the army, and then he wanted to start this new this thing to make money quick, and then it became a cult, and then it grew bigger than that, and it became a religion for tax reasons. But some of the stuff he was spouting off when he talks about the alien crafts, and forget all the other side of Scientology, let's go back to the brass nails of it. He talks about aliens, how they're the master race, how we exist because of them, and we are part of them, and this is just a spacesuit. And I think about it, and I think, do you know what? If Hubbard is proved right, Scientology would be the religion in a form, not the way it has been run, with blackmailing people and stuff, but it is a thing that will come back, and will come back pretty quickly, I think.
Isn't it based on some sort of intergalactic war by two races or something going on out there in the galaxy at the minute?
I didn't fully understand. I didn't fully understand it. It was something to do with Zarg. Is it Zarg? An alien?
I have no idea.
I don't know what his name was. He came to Earth. He came down to Earth, and I get lost then. But I try to understand it, but I don't.
People that are like, when you talk about Scientology, people that that believe in Scientology and do it are very prickly when you ask them questions or you challenge Scientology. They're very, very really prickly people.
The reason that was because they talked to people that were high up within Scientology that left. And you get certain levels in Scientology of learning, levels of understanding. And it's only when you've been in a few years and you get to level 10, which will take you about 10 years to get there, that you hear that the whole religion is just based on this alien coming down and talking to them and telling them this, that, and the other. It's only when you get to level 10. But before that, they've got to know your secrets. They know all about you. They can blackmail you. They punish you. All your wages are going to Scientology. All your money's going in. Anyway, I'm going to get away from the political side of things. It's only when you get to a certain level do they start really talking about the alien thing. That's Scientology today. But I started watching the stuff about Hubbard and how he was connecting it with space and aliens, and I'm thinking, maybe this guy wasn't as cuckoo as we all initially thought. Forget about the bad stuff that he does. Just think about, because he used to write science fiction magazines and comics and stuff like that. Where's he getting his ideas from?
I've read some of his books. They're quite like his fictional books. They're quite good.
Yeah.
They're quite good books. I've read
Let's
them
get back
years
to the
ago.
question. Who was it that said we are either the only intelligent life in the universe or we are not? Either is equally terrifying.
Oh,
I think that was a quote from Daniel Winter. You'll need to
it
look
was,
him up.
yes. It was. I'm sure they do, Von. I'm sure they do.
Yeah, Dog
I
Man.
think if you ask yourself why we don't see them or why they don't make connection with us, it could be a case of, would you get involved with your experiment?
Yeah, but Dan, think about this. If they wanted to make connection with us, what is the first thing that a man's going to do? Pick up a gun and try and kill it to be famous. It's what they do with all the other cryptids.
They do. I agree. It's absolutely abhorrent. I agree. But I do wonder if they don't. I mean, it's like a science experiment, isn't it? Like, you don't get involved with your experiment beyond looking at it and studying it and writing down information about it. You don't get involved with it. So I wonder if that's why we don't see them, because they don't want to get involved with us.
Yeah.
We're just there to monitor.
Dan, read that from Jeremy.
So the thing that worries me, if we get visitations from aliens, would we be facing an Independence Day scenario or something else? I don't think we would, because I think that if they're that advanced, which obviously they are, if they're here, I think, and they've been around for thousands of years, they could have crushed us underfoot at any point.
Yeah, but remember that that Chantel would remember this.
I might be wrong, Jeremy, but it's just the
alien thing in South Africa. Was it 28 days? Not 28 days. Where the aliens ate cat food and the humans called them prawns.
Oh, yeah, it was a good film, that.
Yeah, but they
were
treated
living like shanty towns, weren't they?
Yeah, they put them in a township and cordoned it off and treated them quite badly. And I can see man actually doing that if they're not done that already with Area 51. Keep them hidden, keep them away. We don't want to know them. We'll use them, we'll cut them up, we'll want their technology. But
District 9. That's it.
District 9.
Thank you, Chantel.
Oh,
yes, that's a good film, that.
I was actually sitting last night watching this really cheesy found footage, B movie, and it was on Prime called McPherson's Tapes or something, and it was based in UFOs as well, and it was like found footage, and at the very end, I think it really grabbed my attention because the guy sat the camera down and he went to see his family, and you could just see these wee 4 feet guys just walking by the camera, and I'm thinking to myself, what makes you think they're like 4'2"? They could be any size.
Yeah,
I was like,
different ones. Different ones, aren't they? Come with different planet, different environment, could look totally different.
Yeah. Let's go back to questions. Right, so Von says she thinks government are already working with them.
Wouldn't be surprised.
No, it wouldn't.
Aliens have been here for thousands of years. I think they've all ruled forever and still do. We just got to see the lackeys they put up. But there's evidence all over the world saying we've already been visited. Yeah. Some so.
Really? Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Debs. What if we are genetically engineered by them in the first place? Sliced from their DNA, brainwashed in a certain way, and believe a certain system. People are asking questions to get closer to the truth, and that's why government is going wonky, trying to cover the truth. But that's the same what they say about the all being God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could maybe appear in the whatever form they want to. Yeah, I can't think of one single intelligent life that would want with us. Our resources are raped, depleted, and dying. Our species are inferior in general. Our tech is redundant. That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think they would. I'm hoping they're coming to this planet to rectify nature and get rid of evil.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
That would mean killing and annihilating a whole species that's called man. That's the only way.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of good people out there, though, Viv, aren't there? There's a lot of decent people. There's certain ones that are pulling the strings that are vile, and there's a lot of not very nice humans, but there's a lot of nice ones as well.
Australia is already on lockdown.
Ooh.
Really? Again? Fucking prawns. Fucking prawns.
Fucking prawns. Fucking prawns. Back into your township, you bastard.
Watch. They could have taken over our planet by now. They just want to take it over. I do believe they watch over us. Did they put us here?
Well, they could have done a better version of me.
If they're going to help us, if they're going to come and help us, I wish they'd hurry up.
So many people abducted without permission. Nothing that does a snatch and grab can be good for us. How do you know that we're not going willingly?
How do we know it's not the government
when
doing
I
that?
was watching this film last night, I know it's just a movie, right? It's just observation, but it kind of got my mind thinking. Was that they were sitting around playing like cards, and obviously to try and take off their mind of what was happening. But then suddenly this one got up off the chair and walked straight to the door, but she can't remember how she got from the chair to the door. And that kind of got me thinking, like, is it like your brain just, they managed to wire into your brain and that's what's made her? I know when I watch these movies, I start...
Do you know, I have driven my car 15 miles each way to work, right? And I got in my car, went down the end of the street, got onto the main road, and I don't remember the drive. And I drive across rough Fenland country, back roads. I don't know how I got there till I was literally 5 minutes away from work. I don't remember that journey. Now, obviously I got there safely because I used to do that journey all the time. But I tried to piece together in my mind, well, how did I get from here to here without knowing it? And where did the time go? Because I'd stopped at level crossings for the trains to go, but not aware of it. And I think that our brains, I must have been tired. And maybe I shouldn't have been driving. I mean, I felt okay, but maybe I had that time lapse in my brain, and it's something that we do as human beings. But we try and piece together that space in between, that missing time that we can't. I don't know. I think it's normal human behaviour.
They say you go into almost comatose state, so it's like autopilot.
Yeah.
There's one for you, and it's happened to me. It happened to me recently. Coming back from yours about 2 months ago, I passed the same place twice. How can that happen though? Not. I didn't know it wasn't a circular route. It was you only could go past it one way and then pass it the other way. But I passed it and thought, oh, I've gone past there, and then literally 5 minutes later, I thought, hang on, what? I've just passed that.
Did you pre-see it maybe in your mind?
I don't know. It could have been that. I'm not saying it was anything other than, but the mind's an amazing piece of kit. The brain's such a technical piece of kit.
Bless you.
You know,
I was trying to do that secretly.
But I wonder if it's easier to blame, oh, I must have been abducted by aliens, or I have a missing piece of time, Viv driving her car, and then when she gets out of her car, she has claw marks all down her arm. Not that Viv tried to move her seatbelt because it was making her feel itchy and she scratched her arm, but there was a missing amount of time. The aliens had abducted me, and look what they did. They left me with these scratch marks.
Prime example is you were talking about your arm tonight and how painful it's been, but you don't know you've done it. We all have stories like that, don't we? All injure ourselves and not even realise how we've done it. Right,
Yeah.
what questions have we got?
Oh, let's go back to the questions. Right, where did we get to? Right, so, well, with the state of the planet, I'm sure some people would want to be taken.
I'd go.
Would you go, Dan?
What if I was offered the opportunity to get on a spaceship and go, knowing it'd be safe? I'd be gone.
Yeah, but what if they wanted to probe you and do stuff to you? You know they're going to want to.
Well, if they put the money on the side.
Would you go knowing you could never ever come back?
Oh no.
Oh no.
It all depends. See, the one big draw for me on this planet is animals. You know that.
But you might have some hairy, lovely creatures where they're going to take you to.
Yeah, but you might go there and start petting one and find out it's going to be your new father-in-law or something. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know Guardians of the Galaxy just came into my head with the second one where she asked the guy, "Can I pet your dog?" And he's no, "Can I pet your puppy?" And he went, "Yes." And it was the fucking raccoon who went like that.
So what's the next one? They could be building, supplying, transporting any animals. They wouldn't report it to us.
That's true. Would you go, Viv, if you had the opportunity?
It depends where they're going to take me. I'd want to know more about them. If I didn't like the look of them, if they creeped me out and I didn't like the way they looked, you know, you get that first impression where I don't trust them, then no. If I felt good with them, then yes. Even if I couldn't come back, I said, "Come on, let's go. I'll do your washing up and cook for you." You know, that would be me.
Yeah. Give me the secret to eternal life.
That's why, even though he is depicted as a villain, Marvelous Thanos actually had a valid and moral reasons for wiping out half the universe, restore balance to humans, can prosper and thrive. I personally think he's a good guy. Maybe harsh method, but effective in execution and reason. Jeremy York, could it be that you're so used to that route that it doesn't even process? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. True story. Me and my partner went to bed one night at 11 o'clock. We woke up rough together 11 the
Bloody
next
hell.
night. Very strange. I think he was just knackered. Or he must have had a few drinks.
You needed
Weird
that.
though. Yeah. I've experienced that this previous, still doesn't know the answer. Apparently we have a memory consciousness that puts us into autopilot, but the experience I had, we finished up 50 miles away within minutes.
That's quite odd.
That's brilliant. Oh, I wish I could do that. That was both me and my husband. I go into rooms, can't remember why. Brain fart.
Same as me, Deborah.
I had a glitch the other day. I let the dog in, saw her come past, and I locked the gate. Didn't look away for even a second, but suddenly the dog was outside the lock gate. Oh. Take me. I would go, no questions. Probe a why if you wish. Just get me out of here.
I must have looked when I look at a lot of the younger generation. I do think, you know, get me a one-way ticket off this planet.
If you're given a chance to go somewhere in space, chances are it'd be on a one-way trip unless they do one of them warp drives that returns you a couple of 100 years later. I saw something when they were talking about traveling at the speed of light, the warp light thing, and they were saying, and I think it was on a NASA website, that the human body could not take that, so we would never ever be able to travel at warp speed ever.
Well,
you know, I love that about physics. I love it about physics. They turn around and go, physics says that you can't do that, so you can't do it. And then a couple of years later, well, actually, we've been doing the sums and we find out that it is possible.
Yeah.
But you just boundaries.
But the human anatomy, like to break down our cellular structure and recreate it over there, if you would break us down, we'd die, surely.
Well, it's not even a time warp, is it? It's bending time. So what it is, it's curling time in on itself, isn't it? So you're moving from one to the next.
So it'd be
what
like
you've done is you've just twisted it.
So it'd be a bit like Star Trek, where you're virtually going through this, like the only way to describe it, you
That's
get
warp
that
drive, isn't it?
That's warp drive. I must admit though, right? I would only go if I could get a shot of driving the spaceship, so you'd see like me go through the sky going wee, try.
I would definitely go if I was up for an offer of going travelling different parts. As long as I wasn't gone for too long, I would definitely go.
Aye, but Dad, if I kidnapped you wouldn't be going back home.
Have you got a spaceship?
Yes,
I'll come with you now. I'll come with you now.
Dan, do you remember they used to have a McDonald's which was in a spaceship in Peterborough, and they knocked it down.
That's gone, isn't it now?
It's gone, yeah. But it was a spaceship which was a McDonald's. You just go into the spaceship and sit down and have your McDonald's.
That actually sounds quite cool.
I wish I'd bring these things back, you know.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it, with time and space? It doesn't actually exist, does it, really?
I know that Stephen Hawking, before he died, he was talking about black holes and time travelling. And he was saying that it actually does exist. He said the wormholes are all around us, but they're too small for us to physically travel in time. He said, but with things are progressing and moving forward, that there will be breakthroughs, and maybe one day we will be able to travel in time.
Exactly.
And that come from the man himself.
Jeremy's absolutely spot on with this. This is what I was getting at. Exactly this. They keep changing the laws, don't they?
Don't believe everything NASA says.
Don't believe anything any government tells you.
Actually, I want to know what the Chinese are up to in space, because they've been pretty quiet. And they have a massive space program. And we know that the Chinese have been quite busy. They've been to the moon. That was another thing that came up on the Dark Mirror, wasn't it? They'd already had landings on the moon and done all of this stuff. But if they keep it very, very, very quiet, because it was the Chinese that released these pictures of structures. So we know that they are doing stuff up there.
Isn't it a shame how I know it's nature, human nature, unfortunately. But isn't it a shame that the world works independently from each other and they compartmentalise their own little lives and their own little countries? If everybody worked together, imagine what you could achieve.
It's because, Dan, these world leaders want to be the one dominant one that rules all of them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But imagine what we could do with.
And even America has got a part to blame in all of this. America, Russia, we all have. So until we can all calm down, chillax, not want to invade each other's countries,
what we could do if we all worked together and shared all that information instead of trying to nick bits of each other's countries. Imagine what we could do. You know, too many tin pot little dictators out there.
Yeah. What if we were a big DNA factory?
That could be so true.
I visit other worlds in my head all the time. It's just called mental health, I think.
I'm on another planet as we speak.
Even if our energy, maybe we're like a hologram of us prior to our space trip. So if our bodies do vanish, they can replace with a hologram. That's a good idea. I like that.
Only if I could pick what I looked like. That's the only reason I would come back as a hologram, if I could adjust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, no, they don't, unfortunately. I agree, Von. I agree.
Yeah.
I do think, if you take the human body, the anatomy of the human, or anything at all, once you break it down to its component parts and you go further and further and further and deeper and deeper and deeper, it becomes non-existent. It's not there. It's an illusion. So therefore, everything is ethereal. So it could be possible.
I've had a really good idea, Dan, right? So you get on board this spacecraft with these aliens, and they say to you, I will take you to the land where the dinosaurs live, and you can live there forever, studying and working and being at one with dinosaurs, but you can never come back. Would you go?
Oh, tough, innit?
Got you now.
Tough, innit?
You could phone a friend, 50-50.
Oh, it's tough, innit?
You know, you got all these lush green plants.
If my family were grown up, I would.
But you could never come back, ever. It's just you. because you're the zoo man. They're going to take you.
Oh, I'd love to. I don't know. I'd love to. Oh, it's a big tough one, that, isn't it? I'd have to say. I'd have to say no.
I would. I'd go.
I'd have to say no.
Do you know, I just got visions of Dan running about looking like Jack Black out of Jumanji, the new Jumanji. I get visions of Dan running about with this map, like, where's the dinosaurs?
Monocle, big moustache.
I'd have a word with an alien and I'd say to him, before you take me, I want you to arrange it so my mode of transport would be by pterodactyl. So I'll just get on him and ride.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
I would love to fly in a bird. It would be just, I think it'd be awesome. I'd be a flying dinosaur.
Imagine being able to live somewhere like that in peace.
Yeah.
No people around you, just animals and wildlife, and it'd be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
See, what I've always, like, this is the most random in my head. It's just about how it functions.
Yeah, but that's...
I didn't want to actually say that, but good thing, man.
Yeah, but do.
But do you think, right, see what amuses me with real films is you see these women in leopard type skin things for, like, when they make it like cave sort of films.
Raquel Welch, wasn't it?
It's kind of like, how the hell did they get the material to make that stuff back then?
Woolly mammoths, I suppose, wasn't it, and stuff like that. It would have been. I mean, obviously, people weren't around when dinosaurs were around. They were totally different times, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with Chantel.
I definitely would love a unicorn.
Humans are the very essence of greed and power, built in superiority complex within it. But have you met me, Chantel? I'm none of that.
Oh, that's a good
that'd be
theory.
If I could travel through different times, I would take the opportunity, without a shadow of a doubt.
Go back to the Stone Age.
I'd go for all of them. I'd be a god out there. I'd bring a box of matches with me.
Madness fire.
Go and live with the monkeys. That's what the monkeys wanted. Didn't they? Jungle Book.
That'd be great. Living with apes. That'd be brilliant.
Would you like that?
Living with apes. Yeah.
Because again, you're in a political sort of domain again with the one leader. Then you have the underlings, and then you end up at the bottom having to do what the Lord says.
I'll be fine with animals and any animal at all. I'll be fine. But then you're going to be like that in any animal hierarchy. It could have been.
I love.
Yes, the best way, Kathy. The best way.
Really?
That's true.
I didn't know that, because I'm a bit more vicious, and my family side's more vicious than reptile. It's carnivorous. It's horrible. Do
you know what? I've worked with reptiles for most of my life. I've worked with reptiles. They've got different personalities. People don't see it. They've got different personalities, the same as anything else.
Yeah.
You know.
I always talk about.
I know.
Talking of rabbits, there were rabbits out today. Not those kind of rabbits. There were rabbits out on the roadside today, and normally they come out sort of at dusk, but they were out today during the day. So I don't know what's going on with the rabbits round here.
Maybe they've heard Dan storing some vibrating things in there.
Oh, hang on. Have they been harvesting, Viv, round your way?
Yes.
So they've probably got no cover, so they're coming out off of the fields.
Mind you, I did a harvest today. I pulled up some carrots for my dinner out of the garden.
Oh, nice. Did they grow well?
They're only tiny little warp.
They're nice, though.
None of them are straight. They're all wiggly.
buckled.
Yeah, it's about
Were they
right
nice
for
though?
me.
Were they
They
nice?
tasted really strong tasting
That's all that
carrots.
matters. Oh, I love spiders. I love spiders, Von.
They're one of the
Love
most
them.
adaptable and interesting creatures. I wouldn't like to hold one,
They're
but
lovely.
to know about them, it is really interesting.
Did I bring one round yours once, or not?
You did, and my son was holding it.
He loved it, didn't he? Yeah, he loved it.
You took it out of that thing, and I fucking shit myself. I didn't. I wasn't going to let you know.
I do love spiders. They're beautiful. I wonder, Jeremy, if they have found stuff and not said anything.
Do you know what? I'm interested, Dan. Right, Antarctica is melting, and it's melting at a very fast rate. And all through history, they were saying that spaceships and other life forms deep underneath Antarctica. Are we going to see them in the next 20 years, or even sooner than that, because of the rapid flow of the melting of the ice? Is that what everybody is scared of?
Could be a possibility. But then you got like the North Pole, and the again, same with the moon thing. Nazis, they reckon, fled to the North Pole as well, and they got under the polar caps. They've got who would know? Trouble is, there's so much misdirection out there.
Chantel's never tasted rabbit. I
like rabbit. Very gamey.
I cooked rabbit, and I love all game. But when I cooked this rabbit, and I cooked it properly, it tastes okay, but I didn't like the texture. It's quite spongy, isn't it?
The thing I don't like about rabbit is that when you put it on your plate, it eats your carrots.
And I've got to restrain myself and forgetting where I am, because I was ready to say it depends on where you're sticking it.
You know, the British had a song called "Run Rabbit Run."
Did.
Run Rabbit Run.
Farmer's got his gun.
Where I live, we're known as carrot crunchers because we're out in Finland.
I'm not. I'm a city slicker.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying nothing.
That's the first.
A curly tarantula.
Oh, curly here, yeah. Foxy Cleopatra, that's a cool name. Hi, Wayne. Well, buddy, well, you know what? I've still got to send you money across. Sorry, my mind's not working. I will get it sorted, I promise. Sorry, I've been awful.
I love all creatures, some at a distance.
Some of them at a distance. Yeah, I love all creatures as well. They're all amazing.
Before the next
years.
Oh, look at Von's little dog.
I absolutely love
gorgeous
dog. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Curly haired.
So sweet.
Another question to consider. Do you think that our civilization and the state it's in is ready to be told that intelligent alien has been found and there is communication? Are we ready to process that? I think there are some here that are, but I think our governments aren't.
No.
I would say no, because it'd be panic buying total.
Yeah, toilet roll would go, yeah. You know what? I think that most people know it anyway, so you might. Why not tell people?
Do you know what, Lois? If there are panic buying again for toilet rolls in shop, me and you should do a public information film on how to wash one's body after going. You won't need toilet roll then.
I was going to get a B-day put in after all of that.
Do you know, I don't think I'll ever get air that as humanity. The first thing everybody was doing was panic buying toilet rolls. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's funny, Wayne. We were talking about the also the UFO. I can't think what they're called. Undersea. Is it UAPSC? It's got UA. They keep changing the names. I know. There's one for the undersea now, isn't there? Yeah. Subterranean, or not subterranean. I can't think what they. Wayne will know anyway. But yeah, they seem to be popping up everywhere. I was watching a guy on a video I follow, English guy, and where was he today? He was somewhere around somewhere on the coast up near Yorkshire, and he was talking to this guy that lives there, and the reason he went there is because people have been that UASP. Thanks, Von. Is that there've been recently a spate of people seeing things shooting out the sea, big shiny things just coming straight out the sea, and then shooting off at just like breakneck speed.
So, Chantal says, the crystal city under Antarctica, the wall that hides other continents. They watched too much Game of Thrones, and now there's a big ice wall. Oh, dear. And the dragons came and fired it, and it all fell down.
I think the world's batshit crazy, and it's never going to get any better, I don't think. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we said that when we had the last Chancellor, and look what we got now. It can get worse, trust me.
That's true.
That's right, yes. Yeah, I remember reading about that. Oh, they changed it again. Is that you, please?
Unidentified aerial underwater phenomena. Phenomenon. It will come out extraterrestrials have been assisting us with this spiritual war. They've helped rescue children and rid this planet of the nefarious entities that were here.
Of course, you know a question we haven't asked ourselves.
What?
Number 47.
Maybe we are the negative ones, and maybe we're the fallen angels.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The answer to your question, Dan, is 47.
47. That was Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Was that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Was it the answer to the universe is number 47?
A bit of a come down. Yeah. But actually, what if? I mean, I know they say, didn't they? There's this big theory that that the angels fell from the heavens, which could mean anything, couldn't it? It could mean astronaut, spaceman, or what have you. The fallen angels came from the heavens, and they fell into the bowels of Earth, and then the Earth creased up, and everything that was left on top of it became. This is the theory. Obviously, I don't believe in this. Became whatever was left. So maybe
wasn't it the angels were having nuptials with human beings, and so created the Nephilim, which were the giants.
The Nephilim,
the giants.
Yeah.
And then this was the beginnings or the origins of evil of life on Earth.
Yeah, Nephilim, yeah.
Yeah, but the so-called angels were doing rudies with
but
humans.
Apparently they were falling into the bowels of hell or the bowels of the earth, and then it sealed up, and what was left became, anything that was left over, I guess.
No.
Antarctica is melting because of all the volcanoes popping up as the ice thins and magma makes it very close to the surface. Yes, that is true.
Yep.
With pyramids being discovered all over the world.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Regards to the truth. Do you know what? In Egypt, where I can't even remember where I was. It wasn't the Valley of the Kings. It was somewhere else that I was in Egypt, and I managed to see some very old drawings on walls. It was in a tomb, and it wasn't a sun. Okay, so they had their deities on the walls, and they had very colourful pictures and everything. I know we had to get special permission to go in, but there was spacecraft in the sky. They had the sun, they had the birds, and then there was spacecraft in the sky, and it was clear as day what they were drawing. I thought that was quite interesting.
The thing that blew me away with the pyramids, and they found this pyramid and they opened it, and this was going back thousands of years, sort of pre-Christ, sort of, BC. And they opened it, but as you go in, the hieroglyphics, they got somebody to obviously to work out what the hieroglyphics said, and the hieroglyphics was the Lord's Prayer, which is what we use in churches today.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
And somebody couldn't work out 5,000 years or whatever before Christ.
Yeah.
What was that doing on a pyramid?
Yeah.
So there's lots and lots of, and of course, the question you ask yourself is, I mean, there's a lot of people ask, is timer, timelines, are they as real as we're told they are?
No, I don't think they are. The Piri Regis map shows Antarctica without ice. I wonder how spot on that is. I wonder. Mind you, it would have changed, wouldn't it?
Thank you, yeah.
You would all form back into one supercontinent. Oh, I hope not.
Oh, could you imagine
God.
that?
Oh. The Anunnaki had relationship with their creation human and created the Nephilim. And actually, Pangaea wasn't the original. They said underwater pyramids are used as an electromagnetic field which runs up the sides to the tip point.
Well, you know what? It was Tesla. Tesla said that he felt he thought that the pyramids could actually answer Earth's energy crisis, and it would go on forever. And because it was him, wasn't it? Pyramid. It was him who came up with it. Means fire in the middle, like a battery, like an energy source.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked out. He said that he thought they were batteries, giant batteries. Obviously, maybe other stuff as well, but principally they were energy. They were like batteries. Right, what we got here?
Mr. Davison!
Hello, Terry.
I want that one. And I think all continents are heading back together to form another. I've always wondered how the hell those massive giants could possibly
have the human race aren't going to like that, are they? The human race aren't going to like that. If all the continents get back together and form one continent and lose the boundaries, who are we going to fight?
How do we know that the Egyptians did not finish up on other planets? Yes, it's true. They referred to them as not intelligent, but now they are proving to be very advanced.
Yeah.
Got to remember all the continents are just floating on magma. Whoa, who do you think made the pyramids? Not anyone without special powers. I know that if you're talking about ancient Egyptian pyramids, they were made by the dynasty's families. And when I say families, you're talking about hundreds and thousands of people that all follow that family and they serve that family, not slaves, as it was proved inside one of the pyramids by recent years. They found ancient graffiti, and I think it was Khufu's pyramid, the largest one. They found that, which is a cutaway. It's public are not allowed up there. You can get up there by special permission, but that's inside Khufu's pyramid. I think
they can't even recreate the craftsmanship of those today, can they? With the modern tools, they just can't recreate the craftsmanship.
But it was like something. It was an honour to serve, and it said the person at the time, and that pharaoh didn't live to see the completion, and it carried on, and anyway.
It's an interesting history, isn't it?
It is. What's that got to do, Dave? What's that got to do with the James Webb Telescope?
I don't know. We'd gone from that to picking up. I played Jeremy because Jeremy said about looking for life outside of, or on other planets, and then that led us down this rabbit hole. We don't need much to be feared, do we? To be honest, to go off topic.
I love Chantel.
That's true.
Give them their daily bread, lead them not into temptation. Give them bread to stop them from eating one another, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
Ooh. Yes, that's right, Von. Did you go in the middle of the day? Did you go in down and under and up, or did you go up and up in it halfway through? I know you have to get permission to go in. You climb up and you go in halfway through. You don't have to go down one. Yeah, there's two ways of getting in. It's interesting.
It is.
Oh, it jumps as I go and click it. Down, under, and up. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Also, when I look at it, I know there's an egg and a chicken and Amazon moves.
Oh. Do you know what? This is funny, Chantel, right? I watched a chicken give birth to an egg, like plop an egg out. And I was absolutely astounded how it was like obviously very slippery, but it was like orange in colour and quite squishy. It didn't have a hard shell on it. And I suppose that happens after it hits the air or something. But I was like looking at this egg and staring at it. It's like, what the fuck is that? My brain didn't connect. It actually laid an egg. It's like, what is it? It looked alien to me. It really did. It's the most fascinating thing I've ever seen.
Alien hen.
Yeah, because you know, in my head, I was like, well, it comes out with a hard shell, you know. It put me off at eggs for a while, I must admit, but that was amazing to see that. It was by accident that I happened to see it. It wasn't supposed to happen. Maybe the bird was frightened of me.
Maybe.
Right.
Whichever is smoking a cigarette will give you. Oh, hey, Chantel. Chantel, get one lit, get one burning, girl, and sit.
See, Chantel. Chantel's on the ball. She heard what I was saying.
Dan,
you said it was like an alien. I said alien hen.
Dan.
Well, Chantel loves it.
I was listening the other day. That was saying about how high the rivers used to flow in Egypt, and they worked that construction around the tide times. Seems sensible now, but how high the tides would have been transport those massive. Do you know what? We picked up. I've got hundreds of them here. Shells, literally from off the stone blocks of the pyramids and on the sand.
Well, they believe some of that erosion's water erosion, don't they?
Yeah, and they were covered with alabaster. The second pyramid still has alabaster on the top. It looks like snow on it. And then the tops especially would have been covered in gold leaf or some form of gold to reflect sunlight, or I don't know. Again, maybe it wasn't gold. Maybe it was copper. Who knows if they were using it as a battery. But they were using something on top of that covered the alabaster, they believe. It's interesting.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Cattle skin. There would have been an awful lot of cattle. Have you seen how big those blocks are? It's amazing that thousands ago it was built and still standing. Actually, they seem to think, the Egyptians seem to think there is a building over there that is even older than the pyramids. And it is still a pyramid. It is still a pyramid, but it's a step pyramid in Saqqara, which is, they claimed it was the oldest monument or oldest building surviving that was being built by the hands of man, which is the step pyramid, they believe. Which again is a completely different beast in itself, if you've ever seen it. And it's very similar to the Mayan pyramids because they're actually
South
step
American,
pyramids.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Step pyramids.
Pyramids, yeah. But they've got one in Saqqara in Egypt. It's called the Step Pyramid in a place called Saqqara, Egypt.
Take it easy, Wayne. Take it easy, mate.
Wayne, take it easy.
See you soon, brother.
Hi.
Aye.
He's a good lad, that one.
He's a lovely lad.
I heard that's why Temple also have copied pointy tips used to generate. Yeah. Yeah, and I think this battery thing has got something to do with it, Dan, what you were saying.
Yeah, the fire in the middle of the pyramid, fire in the middle.
Yeah, that's Turkey's got a lot of old stuff
Yeah,
in it,
a
isn't
lot
it?
of
Yeah.
ancient culture and history, isn't he?
And Syria was another place that had very old. I don't know how much is there now, but
They know a lot, the Vatican, I'm sure.
do you think the Vatican has actually got aliens in it walking
Would
around?
be surprised.
Who knows what this is? This world is. Well, you think you got a handle on it, and all of a sudden it throws you a curveball again.
Yeah. That's yeah. Of Doja. I can't pronounce that word. Doja? Doja. Oh man, the Vatican figure, yeah.
So many things.
Do you know what? I think the Vatican and the Smithsonian are in cahoots together, because it's funny how the Smithsonian loses stuff, important stuff, never to be seen again. I reckon they ship it over to the Vatican.
I'll tell you what, I used to work when I left school. One of the first jobs I got was up at a place called Moorgate, up in London. And I worked at a bank called Chase Manhattan, but Chase Banks. And I worked there for a few years. And I was talking to one of the chaps, an American guy, because it's an American bank. And I was talking to him, and it's about the finances. That bank owns most of the world, and the money it's got is phenomenal. And he said to me, "You do know who own this bank, don't you?" And I went, "No." He went, "The Vatican own it. The Vatican own Chase the Syndicate." And the thing is that's just a small drop in the ocean. There's an interesting thing, and this is a fact. The Vatican, something big's going on, because the Vatican have asked to have all of their world finances brought back in to the Vatican vaults before the month ends.
Oh wow!
That's the leader of your World Bank right there.
So something big's undergo, because they've asked to have all of the Vatican's wealth brought back into the Vatican vaults from the banks and everything else. He's a fucking prune. Draws me mad. He draws me mad, Chantel.
He had an injury. Quite
from the neck up.
No, he had a bad injury at
He did,
work,
bless him.
and he had some time off. He was taken to the hospital. He's fine. He's on some very good happy pills, and he flies high on them. And sometimes he's high and so high that he has to lay down and go to sleep to be able to cope.
Oh,
but we will tell that prawn that you missed him.
Yeah, he did. He got injured quite badly, didn't he? Not, but enough to take the wind out of his sails.
Yeah.
I have to tell me stop stickies in places they shouldn't be.
I reckon that's what policemen must be aliens then, mustn't they?
Yeah.
The helmets they wear.
We used to call them. This is so rude. Cover your ears if you don't want to hear. It's a minute warning. We used to call policemen over here tit heads, because the emblem that they used to have on top of their hats used to look like a boob, like a nipple.
And that was some of the nice things we used to call them.
Talk about Vatican's
they do
gems, and I've heard that too, Dan. I was taught a lot of things about a private guide went on to the Vatican, but it's still an amazing place to go around. I'd love to get into their vaults. A happy prawn. Best prawn.
Yeah, he's all right. He's okay, Chantel.
Yeah, he's taking some time out of work to recover. Oh, John's found the bats. I'll just let you know, I've stuck some bats on the window and some ghosts to stop the cat from scratching mad at the window because there's a spider out there.
He's drawn into him.
He's just he's just looking at them, smelling them all.
Oh, God.
Chantel says when they tip their hats, it's called a nip slip.
Nip slip. Oh, he's not impressed with those stickers on the wall, on the window. I love Halloween. Some of the stuff you can buy in a shop solves all problems.
Great stuff.
I must tell you guys, Dan knows already, but I bought a bone flute from Peru.
That's cool. That's very cool.
But I can't play it because it makes me heave.
You should have seen her. She went, look, Dan, look. She went,
It's really, because I thought this would be great on ghost hunts and drawing energy and things like that. But and it's bovine. It's not human. But when you put it to your lips to try and play it, you get the smell of the inside of the bone, and it just makes you go.
I wonder what they sound like. I'm gonna have to go on the internet later and see if I can find somebody who plays one.
Dan, you're gonna have to play it because I can't play it. You've got a stronger stomach than me.
Do you know, I'm kind of looking at that and thinking, oh my God, what the hell?
This is the latest paranormal equipment that you need. All you need is a bone. And if you see a dog man, if a dog man comes out of the shadows, all you got to do is throw it and leg it. Oh, dear.
Oh, my God. This is wild.
Terry says, if you can't play it, can you smoke it?
No, it's too hard. It's too hard. But, yeah. So there's a big one here, Dan. You want to read that one?
Oh, yeah. Not anymore, but there were dark cult entities like reptilians in the Vatican a few years ago. They were rounded up along with the Pope and the cardinals and removed. Tons of gold stolen from many countries. Definitely that happened. Found in the tunnels under the Vatican. Look at the satanic symbols on the walls. Even the Pope wore red shoes. And the symbols are for boy love on his cape, 666. Yes, interesting thing about them as well, that now is the time of the Black Pope. This is the time of the Black Pope. So the Black Pope is one who's going to come forward, and he's the one that's going to be responsible for opening the gates of hell. So he's going to bring hell with him.
Oh, not like a dark-coloured.
No. Like, they call him the Black Pope. Black as in dark, as in negative.
But then, if they're all sort of living and make this perception that they're angelic and they can do no wrong, why was it back in history the Pope was allowed to keep prostitutes and he used to pay
the Borgias used to get married. The Borgias were married. No, they were a real dynasty, nasty dynasty.
Maybe that
it's
was
like everything, isn't it? Take something pure, and then what they do is they utilise it and they suck the joy from it and they suck the decency from it and the goodness from it, and they make it a shell of what it should be, and then they manipulate it and use it for manipulating other people.
Yeah. This one makes me gag. Seriously.
It was funny. It was funny.
Don't put a bone in your mouth, otherwise you might make you sick.
Yeah, or anything hard for that matter. Control and power, yeah, exactly.
Bless you, Lois.
Are you sleeping all right with that cold, Lois?
No, but
yeah, look it up, Jeremy. It's interesting.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that on our next investigation. I'm going to get Jamie to blow in the flute and see if he gags.
I can see Jamie skipping down the road with a load of rats following him.
Oh, look, orbs! Talking of orbs, I saw some footage.
It is fun.
I saw some footage today of a guy in Hereford 2 days ago, he caught some alien footage of alien spacecraft that was doing all of this, and they had chemtrails, and then there were no chemtrails, then they were flashing, still moving around and doing lovely patterns. And then the chemtrails came back, and then this one craft split into two, and then there was two of them doing all these wiggly patterns.
Quite beautiful, really, isn't it? When you watch it, it's the
It was like,
amazing.
I looked at it and I thought, that's definitely not aircraft, because at first I thought, oh yeah, that's aircraft. They're just doing manoeuvres and whatnot. And then I thought, well, actually, they couldn't do what they were doing. Like, it's just physically impossible to be one and then split.
Amazing,
then
isn't it?
I just thought, wow. Peter,
some of them, you watch the way that some of them move around each other. It's absolutely stunning. It's like ballet.
They were going too fast to be drones. And they were going vertical, just stopping, and then going straight down again.
That's the weird thing. They were talking about G-force. No, the human body couldn't take it, they say, don't they? It shoots something straight across again.
So I don't think they were drones. I know why people would say that they might have been drones, but there's no way a drone would move that quick. Yeah, it weren't a plane. See, over here, I've been seeing the, see, Andy knows the newest, there's a new fighter jet thing that the Americans have been flying around a lot recently. And the F-50s have been up, and there's been all sorts of stuff around here. And they don't move like a normal plane would. I've seen them doing acrobatics over the back there sometimes, and they've been awfully close to the house. Like when they banked and turned, you can actually see the lights of the cockpit of the plane, and they've been too close to the house. And then you get that sonic boom. That shits you up when you hear that. But yeah, these things were silent.
We had two of them come over here about 6-7 weeks ago, and they said that something could come into our airspace, and they chased it off. We never get them over here, ever. And we were laying in bed, and it was about 2 a.m, and we've just heard bang, it like not breaking the sound barrier, and bang. And what the was that?
Yeah.
And I wonder what they're chasing.
We had the complaints went into I think it might have been Marham. The complaints went in, and they've now been restricted from doing their thing at night. But that plane that came so close to the house, and we saw the lights in the cockpit. Seriously.
Terry says, is it the F-35s?
I have no idea. They're just pretties.
On our side,
you're asking a woman.
Planes. They are amazing, though, aren't they?
Oh, they're the refueling planes. Yeah, we've seen them up in the sky. We've seen them do their things as well. But, yeah.
Well, preparing for Putin's nuclear warfare, I wouldn't bother preparing for that.
I would.
No. Enjoy life, smoke as many of them fags as possible, and just have fun. Because if that nuclear war starts, we won't know anything about it.
I'll be honest with you. I think there's too many people with too much to lose, and I think he'll be taken out before that.
Yep.
Because it's not just him that's got the say-so on the button, is it? It's got to go for a whole command. And a lot of them apparently. I mean, did you watch the when he walked in? He was talking about bringing certain parts of the Ukraine back under the wing of of Russia. Them people in that meeting did not look happy. It has left the Russian port.
I was surprised nobody's tried to take Putin out.
Do you know, that's the thing about these planets, and we're only going what we're told that they are. We don't really know what they are. We're just going on somebody else's say-so. Every bit of information we've got second-hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know they've been chasing UFOs a lot recently, last couple of years, and particularly the last few months. So I wonder if that's something to do with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is true. Well, nobody's left any. Dan's not taken the piss out of me, and Lois hasn't taken the piss out of me for wearing my Christmas jumper.
I didn't even notice that was a Christmas jumper.
My
Very
sparkly.
Marks and Spencer's.
To be honest, I looked at it and then I was thinking, no, that can't be. I thought, oh, maybe Viv's just cold tonight.
I was bloody freezing, so I found
Cold
this
today, isn't it?
My first jumper I found was this sparkly Christmas one, and I thought, I don't care, I'm wearing it. And
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If it keeps you warm, that's all that matters.
Exactly. Oh, they always turn the nukes off again.
Oh yeah, so do I, Terry. That'd be great. Maybe that'd be the second coming. That lot turn up going, no. You put them nukes down.
Wow,
I didn't know that.
But you know, who give all these Russians and Americans in the world the technology to build nuclear weapons in the first place? Could that be alien? Maybe that's what they want to happen.
You were taking my train of thought there, Vivian. You stole my thunder. Like, oh.
Yeah.
What was his? I can't think of his name now. Oppenheimer. When the first one went off, he said, didn't he? Looked at it and said, It completely shook him, didn't it? It destroyed his life, I think, because he looked at it and he said, his words were, "I have become destroyer of worlds."
Yeah. So, James Webb, I have a serious question. Okay.
Yeah.
This James Webb and his telescope. Do you think he was a voyeur?
It could have been. It could have been. Here's one for you, actually, thinking about it. The aliens, the alien greys that we see, could they be what was left of us after a nuclear war and now they're coming back?
To warn us.
Or to just see what happens?
How about the president?
The eggs in China are relatively cheap because they're not bleached. But if you want a bat or two, you're going to play through the nose because since the Wuhan market got closed down, all their shipments of bats.
Did you see what they've done today? Did you see what they've done today? Certain governments, I'm not going to mention who, have handed more money, right, to laboratories to carry on testing bats and COVID-related illnesses.
Oh my God, no way.
That is not the government, that's not in the country where the bats are being tested, isn't it?
Well, it's still being tested in the same place, same country, but the money's coming from the same country that the money came originally, which wasn't China.
Yeah.
And they reckon they're putting billions into it. Funny, isn't it? Because if you think about it, you got people like Bill Gates saying he called it COVID-1, didn't he? So what does that mean? It means they're expecting the second one
to hit.
And he's buying all the land up, isn't he? They're in Holland. They're going mad because it's compulsory buy to all of the farmers out there.
British made the first one in Norfolk. I think they're talking about nuclear. Do you know what I heard about Norfolk today? All those poor birds. Bird flu is on the increase again and they're having to keep all the birds inside. They're not allowed to go outside. So they're keeping all the birds, chickens, turkeys. We're on a turkey at Christmas.
That's why Lo's not very well. She's got the old bird flu.
She's got bird flu.
She's got bird flu.
It's the Scottish one.
I've heard it is, Chantel. I don't know from experience, but I've heard it is.
I just be using Red Tube. Simples.
Red Tube, yes.
How come one practically controlling the world?
Holding the world to ransom, isn't it? Like a blackmail.
Yeah, she knows about Red Tube, Jeremy. Don't worry about
Jeremy.
her. I think she's on Red Tube.
On Red Tube.
I want to do that. I want to do that voice. Jeremy's response. Oh, I know.
The money would have all been planned and so yeah.
Those poor birds, yeah. Poor Lois.
Poor Lois.
Poor Lois. A dodgier bird I've never seen.
Only when I hang out with you two.
I want to know what's all been said on the dark web about all this COVID stuff.
It would be a really interesting read.
I mean,
has anybody ever been on that dark web?
I don't know. I want to do one of those buy a mystery box job on the dark web. I think that'd be hilarious.
I'm too much of a coward to go anywhere near it.
But the thing is, you know, when you see me gagging, blowing that bone, because I can smell like old marrow inside the bone. So if I got a little pot of human excrement and I had to open it, I'd be like,
especially if you had to blow through it.
I'd be sick all over it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
They have a USB up the old chuff. That's how we charge them up. If they can't sit on the power lines.
Do you know what? I have just resolved the issues with the aliens. Just send William Shatner up there. Let him sort their stuff out.
Oh, yeah, William Shatner. Brilliant.
He went up into space, didn't he? Recently?
Me and you both, mate.
He went up into space, didn't he? Well, he didn't go into space. He went to zero gravity.
Yeah.
Oh, I just think send him up to the moon to have a little poke around and see what he comes back to report on his mysterious worlds of the unexplained or something, whatever it is he does.
I love William Shatner.
I love the other guy that plays Jean-Luc.
Yes, Patrick
I
Stewart.
can't think his name, but
I met him once.
oh, did you?
Before he was John Luke, he was in the East End of London, Petticoat Lane, and I was standing there, and he came up. He's had a Mars bar and a cigarette, and he said to me, "Have you got a light?" And I said, "No." And my brother was with me. My brother gave him a light, and said, "I'll keep the matches and that." And then he walked away, and it's like, do you know what that is? Because he was at the time he was in some, I can't think what he was called, but he played a psychiatrist in something. But yeah, he's not quite a nice fella, from what I can remember.
The only sci-fi guy that I've ever met is Cat from Red Dwarf.
Oh, Daniel Jones. Danny Jones, brilliant.
It's nutcase. And he rides a pink motorbike.
I love him. Brilliant. Does he really?
And he has pink leathers.
He's not gay though, is he?
I don't know, but he's got a pink bike and a pink leathers, and he shows up on the racetrack on his pink bike, and everyone looks at him. Yeah, he's just a nutcase.
Yeah, weird that, isn't it, Jeremy?
Jeremy, I've had to have my COVID jab Friday, and it weren't fun.
Oh no, I think it was worse than the other ones.
Yeah, it's more in it now, isn't there?
Patrick Stewart, that's who it is.
I think that's where you put your. Are you on about Wayne Seaton, Von? I think that's where you put your name on it, isn't it?
Oh, I've got that. I've got two boarding passes. I've got two boarding pass. One in my name and one as Spooky Viv.
I'd love to book to go on a future space flight, but I could no way I could afford that.
Rescue 911.
Rescue 911.
Go up in space. Space code for military arrest is taken for tribunals.
I like pink, actually. I mean, it's a nice colour.
I could never imagine you in a pink shirt or something.
I used to wear pink shirts years ago when I was younger and thinner.
Did you wear pink, you know, those big vests with holes in them?
String vest.
String vest, pink. Bright pink, luminous one.
Pink one. Oh, they used to wear them in the 80s, didn't they?
Excuse me.
And bright
I'm
green luminous ones, weren't they?
Now I've got that vision.
I know the feeling, Jeremy. I used to love them. I used to love pink. Pink's a really nice colour.
You can't see Dan in pink, can you?
Do you know that
For
pink...
your imagination to my imagination. Well...
do you know, during the Victorian period, pink was a boy's colour and blue was a girl's?
I didn't know that.
It just changed round, yeah.
Pink shirts.
Same as you, Jeremy.
Do you call them salmon? The colour is
salmon pink.
Not pink.
Salmon pink.
Yeah.
Monkeypox.
Yeah, that's sort of gone now, isn't it? You don't really hear much about that.
Von loves a string vest, look.
They'd be sick if I was wearing one, Von.
One that got one with the big holes rather than the tiny little ones.
Well, I was thinking Mary a Mankini.
Wife beaters. That's what we call them over here, wife beaters. You got your wife beater on.
We also call her Stella Lager, that, don't we?
Aye, Stella.
Wife beating lager.
There's an alcohol named like that.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. Well, we've got 15 minutes left of the show, so we might as well carry on talking nonsense.
Yeah, let's do it. So what's out? Tomorrow we're on, aren't we? Tomorrow we
have the Robin Swanson on tomorrow.
Robin Swanson's on tomorrow night, isn't she?
On Simply Spooky, and then Lois. I think Paul's on the other side now with his Mysterious Worlds.
Paul, if you guys want to watch, well, we'll obviously watch us first, but if you want to move to Mystery Worlds, Paul has Barry Frankish on his show.
Oh, is he really?
Yep.
Yeah.
It sure does.
And then on Friday, you got the Frighteners team, with their newest little frightling,
Mr. Ian Barrow. I don't know how I conned him on every Friday. I only asked him for one Friday, and then I just said,
"The poor sod's been he's like a rabbit in it's like a rabbit in headlights."
I don't think he got much an option. I think it was just.
Oh no, you didn't give him anything, did you?
Well,
poor fella. He's a good man. He's a good man. He really is.
He really is.
Oh, Von. She split up with her nice boyfriend because he took off his shirt and he had a string vest on.
Do you know what? I don't understand the point of the string vest. That vest's meant to cover you and give you heat, isn't it? How can a string vest cover you and give you heat?
Because it traps a layer of air.
But they're massive. They're like just little bits of string, aren't they?
Yeah, it traps a layer of air close to your skin.
But how can it trap air? There's no material on it.
But it's in between your string vest and your shirt.
That's not a lot of material. Oh right, yeah, maybe, yeah.
See, to be honest,
weird.
String vest. I always think of a hammock for some reason.
They are like hammock, or them grocery bags that the old ladies carry.
Something you put your oranges in.
That's it.
You could make a string vest as part of your ghost hunting uniform.
You'd have to have like all your food down the front of it, though.
It's a black one. But
oh God!
Are you, Jamie?
Hi, Jamie.
Hope you're feeling better, bud.
Jamie, you have a new nickname from Chantel, and I'm just going to scroll up to see if I can find it. What does she call him?
She called him a fucking. What was it?
Prawn.
Fucking prawn. That was it.
You're a prawn, Jamie.
You're a fucking prawn. Fucking prawn, Jamie.
I can't find it. You'll have to watch it back, Jamie, and see. But yeah, he has been missed tonight. Bless him.
So what have we got? What we talk about Friday? Have we got any topics for Friday?
Topics for Friday.
Friday.
I don't know yet. I haven't thought it. To be fair, we always talk one subject and then it goes totally wrong.
That is true.
So we don't really have a subject. If anybody wants to talk about it, please feel free.
Oh, you pick him up for Friday?
This is the Jar of Doom for next week.
Oh, next week.
Jar of Doom's turned black. Because I've been told once you go black,
it looks like a cremation urn.
It's a yogurt one.
Oh, is it?
Lois, tell me when to stop.
Stop. I better
Number
pick
one or number two? Number one or number two?
I'll go for number two.
Next week we are
That's
talking
fair,
Dave Browns. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh,
whoop,
excellent.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Excellent. Excellent.
I love a big foot.
Don't put that other subject away. What subject did I pick out for number one? And we could use that on Friday.
I'll put it back in the jar.
Pick one out anyway and we'll do it, if that's all right by you, Lo.
Yeah, I'm easy, Ozzy. Right, Dan, I'll let you do the honours.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Ghost Adventures.
Ah, yeah.
You know they're going to get roasted.
See, Dan picked a good subject, Ghost Adventures.
I agree, Chantel. It definitely does.
What's happened now? Half off.
Life always seems better after a number two, says Chantel.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh.
Wow.
That's Dan.
That is me.
Oh, dear.
Oh, please again.
We have some insidey knowledge when we were lucky enough to interview the cast of Alaskan Killer Bigfoot.
They were lovely.
Some things that we can't obviously tell you, but there are some interesting bits that came out that we can discuss. So the cryptid thing, the Bigfoot thing. I mean, for me, I love Bigfoot, and Andy has agreed to go squatching when we go to Oregon next.
Oh, wow.
But I'm hoping that the squatching takes place more on the Olympic Peninsula over in the Washington side. But I don't mind doing a bit of both, but it means I have to go camping.
Lovely.
But we'll see. And Dan may or may not be with me.
Ooh.
What, when you go to America?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be there. Don't worry about that. You
Dan.
mentioned squatching, didn't you?
Spooky roast. We should do a spooky roast show once a month.
Just slagging everybody off.
Oh dear. Oh, the man in the string vest. Oh dear.
Oh, lots and lots of nasty things.
Oh, do you know what? It's a shame we can't get David Oman on. He'd roast him.
Oh, wouldn't he just?
He did before, didn't he?
He does not like him, does he?
No.
Oh,
you gotta love David Oman, didn't you?
Oh, I love that man.
You gotta love David Oman. He's a nice guy.
He doesn't hold back. He calls a spade, which is
why
I like him.
Very nice guy.
Somebody went off on sending spirit into the light, and he was on it for about 20 minutes. He was effing and blind.
Oh, you was going on one, yeah. Do you know what, Chantel? We can get him on any time. You phone him up, Vivian. He comes in the drop of a hat, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's lovely, man. He's a lovely man.
Lovely.
I'll see if I can get him on next month. We'll get him on.
We are meant to be investigating his house.
Come with us, Chantel. Meet up with us in LA. and we'll go over to his house. He said if I give him a little bit of notice, he'll do his famous barbecue for us and all sorts.
He did. He's such a nice man.
Yeah, love that
Such
guy
a nice
to
man.
bits. Chantel, you need to come with us to LA.
Yeah,
Do it now.
We'll get him on, definitely. He's such a nice guy to speak to. He's such fun.
Yeah. Not a dull moment with David.
Oh, LA would be. I would go anywhere in America. I would move to America in a heartbeat. Absolutely anywhere. I wouldn't care where.
Really?
Oh God, aye. Oh, I'm nuts about America.
Do you know, when I was in Oregon, I was quite astonished that the cost of living out there is so much higher than it is out here. The food prices is astronomical. Oil and heating and that stuff is cheaper, but food prices and things like that is just through the roof.
Meat through the roof, isn't it, Viv?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I just love the fact it's a beautiful country. Like honestly, I wouldn't want to move somewhere like, say, New York or LA or something like that. Somewhere where it's going to be like Glasgow or Edinburgh.
Cities are cities, aren't they?
I would rather go to like your small places, like your small towns and things like that.
Do you know what? If I could move anywhere in the world, it would be the Galapagos Islands, because there'd be no fecker there to bother you. You've got a lovely beach to have a nice dip in it when you want to. The only thing that puts me off is no smoking, because it's a no smoking island.
Oh wow. Really?
The Galapagos Islands, where you've got the iguanas to keep you company, no one to bother you. You can do your thing, no one to bother you at all.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, good place to live. Only nobody's allowed to live there, so it'll never happen. Right, we've got 4 minutes left of this show, so let's say our goodbyes now, I think, and thank you everyone for joining in the chat. I'm sorry it's gone off on a tangent, but you know us.
We always do. We
always do. We're always there.
But thanks, like Viv says, thanks everybody for coming along and joining.
Chantel.
I'm saying nothing.
Jeremy. Yeah, I wouldn't get bored.
Thanks.
Sorry.
I would have an island off the coast of Ireland, Southern Ireland, or the Highlands of Scotland somewhere.
Oh, somewhere warm. Somewhere warm.
Oh no, I don't like heat.
I'd have somewhere warm.
I'd definitely.
Don't have to worry about that. You won't have to worry about the heating bills.
Highlands of Scotland or Ireland, Southern Ireland, somewhere around there. Little island stuck in the middle of nowhere.
I'm laughing at Ian. I told him what Friday's topic is. He says, "Don't get me started. I've already publicly ripped Zach out you ass on Twitter, lol." Barrow go. Let's go.
Me too, Jeremy.
He's gonna love Friday's show then. That's gonna be brilliant. Oh, Lois, you have to do a poster for it, and soon. Do you want me to? I'll work on it now for if you want.
Can you do me a poster for Friday's show? Because you're best designing shit like that. I'm hopeless.
I'll do it. Right. It's not a problem. Right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much.
Join us next week for Bigfoot. Yay!
See you later, guys.
Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.